Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to Extraordinary Talks. For today's episode, I have a very special guest as usual. I'm talking about Binibining 13, Alexandra Rosales, representing the province of Laguna. And I am so thrilled to talk with this girl because she is all about empowering people, serving beauty, kindness, and all of the nice adjectives that you can possibly think of. She is also an advocate against animal cruelty. And throughout this conversation, we are going to be touching so many subjects from her advocacy, her performance, her aspirations in life, and so much more. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you do, please go ahead and leave a like so that my content gets recommended to more people. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one almost every single day. And last but not least, let me know in the comment section, what did you think about our conversation, the answers, the questions, anything that you want to express yourself about. So without further ado, my friends, let's get into today's video right after the intro.
Be strong.
All right, everyone. So just like I promised, here you have her, the beautiful Alexandra Rosales. Welcome to Extraordinary Talks. How are you doing, my dear?
Hi, I'm doing so well today. How are you, Luis?
I'm doing so well as well, and really looking forward to our conversation today. Well, first of all, I wanted to thank you for being such an easygoing girl, because I actually got in touch with you because I posted my interview with Jasmine earlier this week, and you actually left a comment on my video, and I was like, "Are you coming next?" And you were like, "Yeah, I'm down."
Well, actually, Jasmine is my friend. She's one
Ah,
of my closest. Yeah, and then I saw your post from Titas of Pageantry. So
oh,
I looked at it. And then actually saw your video about Rabia on TikTok. So
oh.
that's why I got curious. I think I know this guy. And then when I clicked, oh, it's him. Like, I really appreciated that video. So I remembered your face. That's why I
Oh.
commented, because Jasmine is my friend. And then I know you're very kind. That's why. And so I was really lucky that you really invited me. It was so honoring.
Kilig, Alex. Thank you. You know, for some reason, I'm not even like, I have a TikTok account, but I barely use it. And at some point, one of my friends was like, Louis, like you're blowing up on TikTok. Like people are putting your videos on TikTok. I was like, what? So yeah, a lot of people recognize me from those apparently.
Because I know Arabia was having a hard time that time. So
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
just very flattering that a guy not from the Philippines is really recognizing her efforts and defending her. That's really nice of you.
Thank you. I was ready to grab my slipper and defend her. No
Yeah.
matter what.
I know.
So Alex, right now you are competing in Binibining Pilipinas 2021. I wanted to ask you, so because this is all brand new, how will you introduce yourself to someone who is not familiar with you? What will be like the first few things that you will mention about yourself?
All right. I mentioned my name is Alexandra Rosales. I'm 25 years old and I'm a hotelier. I work as a front office agent in Ojada, Manila, here in Manila. And it's it's really something that I really like, customer service, and it's one of my passion. I was a flight attendant before in PAL, but I think it was not for me. So I tried hotel, and I just really found my passion and what I really want to do. That's why being a hotelier is something that I'm proud of, because it is not easy. It looks easy, but it's not. And besides my career, I am an advocate for animal rights and welfare. I'm a member of an organization here in the Philippines. And right now, I'm working on a project on Laguna pit bulls. I'm from Laguna, by the way.
Okay.
It's a province here. Yeah. So we have a project, like we have a rescue dogs from dog fights. It's located in Laguna. We are trying to look for their forever home. So
Oh,
that's our project right now. And then we are also collating donations for them for their veterinary needs, because some of them are getting old already, and some of them are not able to be adopted because of the trauma, because of the aggression that they still have.
exactly.
So yeah, that's what I'm working on right now.
I think that the advocacy, first of all, is one of the first time I saw you. It was when Binibining Pilipinas, they posted the advocacy videos on their Instagram page. That was the first time I was in contact with some of your material. And I thought that was such an amazing advocacy. Later on, I saw your Instagram, I saw some of your videos as well, and I'm very impressed. We're going to be touching all of those subjects during the interview. So I'm really looking forward to that. When I ask them this question, introduce yourself, I pay very much attention to what they say as the first element. Because for me, that says a lot about someone. For you, you told me your name, you told me your age, and then you talked about your profession. So why talk about your job and how do you feel like your job defines you as a person?
Like a fresh graduate, it's really hard to know what you really want to do.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people right now who graduate, especially now in pandemic, it would be really hard for them to know what they want to do. For
Yeah.
me, it was really a turning point when I tried being a flight attendant, because since I was young, I really want to be a flight attendant.
Yeah.
It's really my goal. But then when I tried working as a flight attendant, I was not happy.
Mm,
So it was like something that broke my heart because I got lost. What do I really want? I thought I want this. It was something that I will never forget because it flipped my whole world, because I was expecting to be in love with this job all throughout because I was dreaming of it.
yeah.
But then, yeah, it caught me like a year before it made me stand up again. And then after that, I tried reflecting and then finding myself. And then I found myself enjoying being in a hotel. Yeah, I first started at an entry level. Like, I used my background in pageants. Like, in casino, they have like girls with gowns, like greet people and be just beautiful.
Yeah.
That was my first job in the hotel. And then I saw people like in the front office, like working and communicating more with the guests, knowing them more, which makes me like very interested. Like, I want to communicate. I want to, that's my calling. And then I applied for it and luckily I got it. And
Yeah.
then until now, it's already 4 years and I really enjoyed it. Although it's really heartbreaking right now since the pandemic, because
I know.
tourism really hit us hard. But I am still hopeful. I know this is temporary and I know a lot of foreign guests will still want to be here and waiting for us to open. That's why I really want to highlight my career, because it is something that I didn't expect to be in, like in a hotel.
Yeah.
And now I'm in love with it. And now I'm having a challenge because of the pandemic on how I really want it. Because there's a lot of job offers that I can do, that I can apply with, but I'm still hoping for it to be as better as before.
And I feel like sometimes you kind of have to go through those situations where you try something and you realize that it's not for you. So that when the right thing comes along, you kind of know that, okay, this is it, because you had that previous experience. I myself was in that situation just a few years ago. For me, in my family, the goal was always to become a doctor back in Cuba, because I'm from Cuba originally.
Oh,
And it was always, you have to be a doctor or a lawyer. There's no in between. It's like one or the other. Then I moved to Canada and I wanted to go for something completely different. I went for film studies, and afterwards I went to university in communications, which it was completely unrelated to all the preparation that my family gave me, like the type of studies that I got to begin with. But I feel like I just went for my passion, and I knew that if I went for something like law or medicine, I will not fail in my place, because this is what I love to do. I love communicating with people. I love talking to other people. I love discovering new things. So, sometimes you gotta go with your gut feeling and just stick to it. So, yeah,
I know someone is going through this right now, like
yeah,
confusion, especially the fresh graduate, especially here in pandemic right now in the
yeah.
Philippines. I know a lot of tourism students are doubting right now if they will still push through with that career, but I hope they will find light and they will know that this is temporary, and soon enough when they graduate, they'll be needed.
Yeah. And the fact that you're talking about it, you're bringing awareness and visibility to this problem. So they will know that
Yeah.
they're not alone. And like I have family who work in tourism, especially back in Cuba, and it's a career that demands a lot of effort. It's not as easy as people think.
It's really very fulfilling at the end of the day. It's really tiring because you experience a lot of difficult customers or guests. You experience a lot of unimaginable complaints.
Oh yeah.
But at the end of the day, yeah, if you have resolved it or if you did well, it's really fulfilling. That's just the reward that you get.
Right now you are representing the province of Laguna in Binibining Pilipinas. That's a big responsibility, in my opinion, when you have to, you are like the person, like the image who speaks on behalf of an entire province. That's a lot of pressure right there. How does it make you feel to carry all that weight on your shoulders?
Well, actually, it's really something that I'm proud of because I'm the only one. Laguna is a big province, and usually in Binibining Pilipinas, you have two or three from Laguna. We just separate it in like city. Like for me, I'm from Calamba. If another one would compete, it's like she'll use another city.
Yeah,
So I was lucky enough to carry it on my own, and it's really fulfilling because a lot of my a lot of the people from my province will be supporting only me. Although it is like a big responsibility, but I know I can carry it very well, and I will be representing what we truly have in Laguna.
exactly.
And I hope when you visit here in the Philippines, I can take you there.
Oh my God, girl, I was gonna ask you actually.
We have a lot of hot springs. We have buko pie, coconut. We
Oh,
have that's what we are well known of.
that's
Yeah, so
amazing. I
I
feel
hope.
like I will really enjoy that because Cuba and the Philippines actually have a lot of things in common when it comes to like the job
Yeah.
and all that. So I feel like I will be like right at home.
Like home, yes.
I wanted to talk a little bit about your education as well because I did that little research. If any of my
Wow.
facts are not very accurate, then you let me know, okay?
All
But it
right.
says that you did graduate from Malayan College with a degree in tourism. Why this field in particular to begin with? Because when you're in school and you're kind of like guessing yourself, you told me a little bit that you tried to be a flight attendant, but then decided to go for something else. Why tourism in particular rather than anything else?
Well, honestly, I really wanted to try physical therapist.
Okay.
That's the degree, my first choice.
Okay.
But then, well, of course, at a young age, you like want something a lot. Actually, you want a lot of things.
Yeah.
So that's what my first choice was, is to take physical therapy. But in our province, we do not have that degree,
Okay.
and my mom won't allow me to like go in Manila, like Filipino moms.
Like you stay home, girl.
Yeah, you need to be on my side like that. So I wasn't able to take it. So my second choice was tourism because when you're tall here in the Philippines, it's like, oh, be a flight attendant. You're so pretty. A lot of girls here wants to be a flight attendant, and then they see me very tall when I was young, like, and very skinny. They're like, oh, be a flight attendant. When you're young, you just adapt everything. Like, yeah, I want to be like that. So you're like, you dream of it. And then my dad is actually working in a cruise line, so
Nice.
he's been experiencing a lot of flight attendants. So he's like visualizing me in there. It's like, oh yeah, they're looking good. They're like that. They have a lot of benefits, and it's been like a childhood dream that was instilled in me, envisioning myself, like, and then that's why my second choice was tourism, because in tourism here in the Philippines, the degree itself is like they have trainings for being a flight attendant too. So that was my second choice. So
Okay.
I went, I applied for that degree and got in Malayan Colleges Laguna, because Malayan Colleges Laguna is like an engineering school. So
Oh,
we're just like another degree,
I'm on the side.
Yeah. And it was like the best school in Laguna, near my hometown as
Yeah.
well. So I tried there, and then luckily I graduated on time. Then it was really fast. I was able to get the job like after I graduate, after a month I got the job, and like it's really fast. And then I graduated from the training, and then yeah, knowing that I didn't want it. that was really that was really hard. That was my turning point. Like, what? I'm already here. This is my dream. So I
Exactly.
don't know.
But
That's
once
what
again, you
God.
always learn from the experience at the end of it, whether you use it or not. When I was in college, I started college studying social science. Then I didn't like.
Oh.
I changed for psychology. I didn't like it. I changed for sociology. I didn't like it.
like
And I went for film studies. And I feel like we were exactly the same. The program like on the side, because my college was specialized in other type of things, but then we had like film studies and like
yeah.
outcast. And everyone would look at us like,
yeah.
what are you gonna
We're
do
like
with
just
that? Well,
like,
here we
hello, we're here.
exactly. But yeah, I feel like those things, even though I didn't graduate from those previous programs, I still can use the knowledge that I gained from the courses and all of that. So it's never lost.
Well, yeah, actually, in it's like it's not that close, but somehow it's the same. Like, if you're just in flight.
Yeah,
Like, in reality, we're just on ground, like dealing with people as well. But we're on focusing on like guest engagements, like unlike in the flight attendants, it's more on service and security of the passengers. But in hotel, it's like pure fun guest engagement. Well, not fun always, because there's a lot of complaints, but most of the guests are really kind. So it's really fulfilling when a guest recognizes you. You're like,
they remember
oh,
you.
thank you, you were very nice, and then they will commend you to your manager. She was very nice. It's like, oh, she or he remembers me. Like that. That's the fulfilling thing about being in a hotel.
I definitely get it. I definitely get it.
Yeah. You're working in a customer service, right? You mentioned a
Yeah,
while ago.
I'm
Yeah.
in customer service in a different field. I work for a bank, but I definitely get it, because you deal with complaints all the time. You deal with difficult situations. And whenever you do your job properly, very often people recognize that. So I get that feeling that, when someone comes and they tell you, oh, he did a good job, or I see that he really tried to help me, it's a good feeling. You feel like, okay, today I did my good action of the day.
Yeah, and it's very important for the managers. Like, oh, my employee is doing good, like that.
Exactly. Right now, at 25 years old, you are a college graduate, you work a full-time job, you are representing your province on a national stage, plus bringing visibility to, national issues, but also that can be reflected on an international level. How does that make you feel about yourself? Are you proud?
Yes, of course. I'm really proud because you live only once, and you
Hello.
make you yeah, you want to make the most out of it. You want to make an influence, or like something that will make a person think. For example, I will raise awareness on the dog fights that has been happening here in my country. And of course, I know it is happening in the whole world. It's just not open. But these creatures are really kind, and they do not have a voice. They depend on us. So I just want them to open their eyes on the reality that these things happened, and it's really fulfilling if even a single person would like be concerned about this, and like be inspired and open and raise awareness as well, because it will give ripple effect. So it's really fulfilling as well. Like, me, I want something fulfilling always. That's why maybe I did not enjoy being a flight attendant. I'm really proud of it. I'm really proud of
Definitely.
being
As you
able to
should.
have a platform.
As you should, because as I was doing some research for the interview, I was just looking at all the things that you've been able to do. And I was like, we are the exact same age. And like, what am I doing with my life? So honestly,
Well, at least you're helping us, reach out to people. Yeah.
that's the goal. That's really the goal.
Yes.
So talking about, connecting with others and, reaching other people. Can you tell me if you have been able to bond with some of the girls of the pageant this year? I know that you were mentioning that you're friends with Yasmin.
With Jasmine, yes. Well, I'm actually friends with Jasmine and Meiji. Well, we're on the same camp,
Yeah,
and after every activity we go out and go get a coffee and eat, and the events are really stressful, the activities are stressful
I
because
bet.
sometimes it's like last minute, like we're here now, like tomorrow we'll do something like this, we need this, and like, oh no, where are we gonna I need to contact my makeup artist, my what will I wear, there's some events like that. So it's just so nice that you have friends to cling with, like you need to, if you're stressed they will understand you, because for me, if I have a friend like for example, I have a best friend and I tell her, oh, it's so stressful, but it's not the same with them because they know they experiencing it too, so it's just comforting. Actually, Meiji has been telling me that I'm like absorbing her stress. So she always wants to be with me. So she was, because I'm always, no, don't panic, we can do this. I'm always like that. I almost just chill.
Yeah, take it
Just chill.
easy.
Yeah, we can do this. We can do this. That's my personality. But deep inside I'm like, oh no, like that. So she's like enjoying my company. She's like always being with me. And then at the same time, I like being with her because we complement each other, as well as Jasmine. We are the trios. Yes.
Oh, the trio. I love that. A
Yeah,
sister.
we call ourselves Team Kape. Coffee. Like coffee. Kape is coffee. Like we're like, girl, let's get some coffee. I'm so stressed. We're
Can
like
I join the
that.
trio? Can I join? Can I be a member? I
Yes.
have my cafe. I feel like we all need a friend like you in our lives. So
Oh.
now we're going to talk about some of the questions for the pageant and everything that's going on. So this is not your first international pageant because you
National
actually
anything.
competed. You did represent the Philippines in Miss SEA Tourism, and you were the first runner-up in 2015. Am I correct?
Yeah, good research. Oh my God. Yeah, actually it was like I was really young that time.
Mhm.
It's like 19. I think I was 19. Yeah, 19 years old. Well, my pageant journey was quick, you know,
Mhm.
because back in high school I was like what do you call this in I'm like boyish type of girl. I like playing guitar. That's why in my description, musically inclined, that's my talent.
Okay.
I play guitar and I'm in a band, so I'm not like the glamour girly.
Ah,
Yeah, that's why my pageant journey is really quick, because once I graduated in high school and I'm tall, skinny, and morena, they were like, "Oh, you should join pageants." So then I tried it in my school. I won there, and then someone told me in Calamba, in Laguna, to join Miss Calamba. Calamba is my city.
okay.
So, okay, I joined. I'm a like easy outgoing girl. I joined the Miss Calamba. Okay, and then I won third runner up. And then a national director there told me I should join their national pageant, which is Miss Tourism Philippines. So at that time, I was hesitant because I don't want to have a hard time in school. I
Mm-hmm.
was in college that time.
Priorities, yeah.
Yeah, but my mom was like super supportive, or like aggressively supportive. Like, no, you should join. You should. I mean, what? You should just support my college. But she was like, no, you should join. You should join. Like, okay, okay, I'll join. Then I joined. Luckily, I won a title there. It's like we have 4 titles.
Oh,
I
okay.
won the Miss Southeast Asia Tourism, and then yeah, I competed in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and Miss Southeast Asia. I won first runner up. Actually, it was like we have two per country because Southeast Asia is like few countries only. So I was with Rowie, if you know her, number 2, the one who represented Miss Globe.
Yeah.
I was with her. I knew her
Okay,
before
so you
the
have history
binibining.
already.
Yeah, we were roommates. It's like we're
Oh,
speaking English outside the room when we go inside, like, hello, ano na, ganon. We're like Tagalog. That's where I first knew her. And then it's like really fun. I was young, so I really enjoyed it. And I won first runner up. And after that, I focused on my school and my career, because being in a pageant is really, spending a lot of money,
I so expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to save up.
Uh,
Yeah, but it was always my goal to join Binibining Pilipinas. So I worked like 4 years, 3 years rather, before I joined. I just want to be ready. I just want to be more confident and
for-
financially stable, because I don't want to depend on my parents. Although there are a lot of sponsors, or we can like ask help for the city mayors or government officials, but it's not the same. It's not enough.
I definitely get it. And
Yeah.
because of the fact that you have this experience, right? Because regardless of the outcomes of the pageants and all of that, it's kind of the same thing that we were discussing at first with school, right? When you take the classes and all of this, you don't lose that knowledge. Do you feel like now, because you have this experience, does it gives you an advantage compared to other girls? Because I know that some girls, this is like the first pageant, and I'm like, what? Like you went for the nationals for the first time. How do you feel coming in with this background that you have already?
Well, for me, I think my advantage is that I'm relaxed. I'm not like, I want to win, but I'm not too eager
Not
that it
desperate.
will.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know how to enjoy it. If you're enjoying something, it will let people see. You will shine. If
You can tell.
That's what I learned about it, because whenever I enjoy a certain pageant, I get recognized.
Mhm.
That's what I realized throughout my journey. It's like when I'm on stage, I'm just like, yeah, I'm beautiful. I'm enjoying, and it's like something that the judges will see from within. Because if you're nervous, you're always like you're on the runway and thinking, I should win, I should win. They will see that you're nervous.
Mhm.
So maybe that's the thing that I learned from my previous pageant, which is until now is very relevant, because some of that I learned before the pageant. I realized the pageant industry just changed its game plan.
Mhm.
Like it's more on social media. That's actually my weakness, because before it's not that much important. You just join the pageant. You don't have to post a lot of things,
Yeah,
but right now you have to. That's just
exactly.
the thing that because it was like 5 years or a lot of years, 6 years, but something that really just um I had learned that I can still use now is to enjoy. that's
Exactly.
that's what I've been always telling Meiji. That's why she likes hanging out with me. It's like,
Joy girl.
enjoy, stop, enjoy. It's just like, take a picture of me, like here. Like, no, enjoy. That's what she hears from me always. Enjoy this thing, because this is like not an opportunity that will just be there always. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. You may join again next year, but until when? But
Exactly.
the memories and the enjoyment that you will feel is very much important.
Yeah, and tomorrow is never guaranteed, so you have to live in the now. So
Yes.
you're there right now, you have this experience, you have all of these amazing opportunities around you and all of these amazing candidates around you. So you gotta go for it 100%.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, because you did mention a very good point, because you did other pageants before and all of this. Sometimes people recognize you, they know who you are. So now that you are on a national stage, this comes with a lot of visibility, of course. More people are looking who you are, what you're doing, your social media, and that comes with a lot of compliments, but it also comes with a lot of critique. How do you handle each one of those?
I really love the compliments. Of course, I read it, like, honestly, I read it few times when I get compliments on my photos, because it boosts my all my confidence and makes me enjoy the pageant more. Yeah, when I see something like they don't like me, like, oh, she's not for pageant, or she's not that pretty. When I see something like that, it's like,
Yeah,
I don't care. I read the good comments. You
exactly.
know that, because working in a hotel, there's a lot of complaints that, and a lot of negative things that you have to receive. Yes. And
Mhm.
then what I learned is that I get to appreciate the things that are good and just ignore the things that are bad.
You have to put a
Maybe that's
filter.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's something that I'm talented of.
yeah, exactly. And this is something that I have discussed with other candidates as well when we had the interview. And it's the fact that when you get to this point, right, you made it to Binibining Pilipinas. Like there are so many people who would dream of being in your shoes right now. There is no questioning your beauty. There is no questioning what you're capable of. They cannot take that credit away from you. So whenever people come and they give you like these critiques, I feel like when you open yourself to the beauty pageant world, automatically you're opening yourself to critique. People will give you their opinion even if you don't want it. Like they will tell you.
Yeah.
But there's a way of giving critique. There's a way of giving feedback without being mean, without being hurtful. And I kind of ranted about that the other day on one of my videos for the swimsuit competition because some fans were being really mean to the girls. And I was like, if you weren't in her shoes, you will not be able to do something better than that. You will not.
Yeah. You put a lot of effort to. Why bring them down? Just let them enjoy it. It's
Yeah.
not like they are doing something bad to other people. They are doing their best to make a cause. They are doing their best to have a flat platform.
Yeah.
All of us girls in the Binibining Pilipinas doesn't just want to be there just to be beautiful. We
Yeah.
are there fighting for a bigger platform, and we have our own advocacies to fight for. That's what we want. We are not there just wanting to be beautiful or being appreciated of our beauty. We have something that we can fight for a good cause.
Yeah.
So it's just so mean that they are putting a lot of effort bringing them down. It's already a big thing that you support them, because they will give a good influence. That's a good thing for you to do as a fan already.
Yeah.
Even though you don't like the girl, just support her cause.
Yeah.
Just be
Exactly.
happy for her, right? That's why I really appreciated you back then when I saw you on TikTok. I'm like, oh, he really did an effort to justify Rabia, our candidate who has been bashed with with Filipinos. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just a small thing, you support her, right? She's already wearing the sash of the Philippines.
Exactly.
Bashing her will not let her change or let another girl fight for her.
Exactly. It's not going
It's
to
like,
change the outcome of the competition, first of all. And it's not going to
yeah,
take away the fact that she is Miss Universe Philippines already.
yeah. There's nothing we can do but support her. If you don't like her, just support her.
Yeah.
Just as her countryman.
Exactly.
So that's why I really appreciated you, that your face just stick to my mind when I saw it on Tita's, like, I know this guy. And oh, that's him. Yes.
Oh, you're so sweet. Honestly, I love you like 10 times more after this little conversation. Yeah, just be my best friend. And if you ever get a basher, girl, just let me know. I'll show up there with my slipper. I'll fight someone, don't worry. All right. So Alex, you have such a lovable, down-to-earth personality. I feel like you could really represent the Philippines very, very well with some of the titles that are at stake right now in the Binibining Pilipinas competition. But do you actually have a preference or any title fits you well?
Well, if you know, back then, we still have supranational, right?
Mhm.
That was my first goal. I want to be Miss Super. I just like the title. I don't know. I like it. I just There's something about it. There's no exact explanation why. I just really want it. But
You connect with it. Yeah, there's something about it that attracts you to.
yeah, but then I know God has a purpose why it was transferred to another pageant. So now I'm eyeing for the highest crown, which is Miss International. But I don't want to push myself too hard to be the perfect girl for that. I
Mm.
want to be the best of me, and I will let the crowd or the judges decide which crown would fit me. And I will identify that crown on how I would influence others. I don't want to be identified by the crown. I want to identify the crown.
I think that's very
So
important.
yes, any title would do as long as the platform is as big as I want it to be.
Sometimes candidates, they try to create a persona to become someone else that they are not, to
Yes.
surprise the judges, to surprise the fans, to do this and that. But ultimately, even if they get the title, you have to stick with this persona for like sometimes over a year. So it's not easy. When you're gonna do it, just go being yourself. And if they see it in you, they will give it to you. And if they don't,
Yes.
okay, you can move on to other things, you know? So I love that. I love that. And I definitely think that any title that you're able to get, you will do an amazing job. So no questions.
Thank you.
You had a very strong run so far. So you did exceptionally well for the national costume. Your swimsuit presentation was amazing as well. For me, it was a highlight. Your advocacy is extremely relatable. And I just saw your Jack Denim ad that played on TikTok, and I loved it. Absolutely. So what can we expect from you for the rest of the competition? Of course, I'm not asking you to tell me something that you're not allowed to, but do you have like a strategy? Do you have like something in mind, or you're just gonna go with the flow at that point?
Well, we have a lot of shoots to release, and we are putting it on timeline. I hope you'll like it. And for the coronation night, I right now I'm focusing on the question and answer and making myself more relaxed on this, because too much pressure will make you black out on the stage. And
Mhm.
also I have a really nice gown. Yeah, I am not on the front runners, but I try it as a challenge and something that I really want to break into.
This is not just because I'm having the conversation with you right now, but I truly believe that whether you are considered to be a front runner or not, it's still up to you. You still can show, you can prove them wrong. On like that
Yes.
finale night, you can show up there and be like, you overlooked me, well, look at me now. I'm here
Yeah,
in
it's like,
person, and I'm gonna get one
hi.
of this crown.
Hello, I'm here. Yeah, like that.
Surprise! Yeah, because in pageantry, everyone has an opinion. Everyone comes up with like this lists and top, performers and this and that, myself included. So I'm not like better than anyone, but it does not take credit away from other candidates. Look at other, even like international competitions this year. We had a lot of surprises. And I'm thinking, for example, of Miss Universe this year, where a lot of the strongest contestants for a lot of vloggers did not even make it into the top 21. Like it was,
Yeah.
so these opinions don't really matter. It's really up to you. And if you feel like
Yeah.
you're capable of doing it, just go there, be relaxed, like you're saying, and just prove them wrong. You can do it.
Just enjoy it, because that's once in a lifetime opportunity. Let God do the rest and just do your best.
I wanted to take a moment as well to talk about your advocacy, because once again, it's so extremely important. And I feel like it's something that a lot of people sometimes overlook, but they don't realize to what extent it has an impact on our everyday life, because a lot of people have pets. And as
Yeah.
I was doing my research, I did find a little fun fact about the Philippines and some of like the law in the Philippines when it comes to this. So it says the Animal Welfare Act of 1998 says that any person who subjects any animal to cruelty, maltreatment, or neglect shall, upon conviction by final judgment, be punished by imprisonment and or a fine that can be anywhere between 6 months up to 18 months. And the fines can be anything between 30,000 pesos to 180,000 pesos. Do you feel like this is really how it's applied? Because you were discussing earlier on that sometimes there's like dog fights and people come and they gather for this type of events. Are people really respecting the law, or is the government really enforcing the law as they are supposed to?
Well, unfortunately, there is a law, but the enforcement is not really that strong.
Yeah.
The law itself is already weak, and
Yeah.
the enforcement is weaker. You know, you have, for example, you killed an innocent dog and you just got jailed for like 3 to a few months.
Yeah.
That's just so unfair. They have lives, they are not treated as equally as humans.
Exactly.
But I know that God created us equally, right? So that's just really sad that we have a weak animal welfare law, but we also have this weak enforcement,
Yeah.
because there's still animal cruelty is out there. Cockfights are legal. Dog fights are hidden. They don't focus on it. They focus on humans.
Exactly.
But if you would ask God, do they want this thing that we focus on us humans only?
Mhm.
Because I believe that we are made as stewards of his creation. So we are here to protect every living being in the world.
Exactly.
So it's just so sad that it's not implemented as it's supposed to be. There's a, like, for example, I had a meeting with the Laguna pit bulls that I'm working in with, because we're trying to produce a video on that. So I was able to have a meeting with them, and they told me the harsh reality that happened to the dogs that they rescued. They're actually from Cara Welfare, which is a cat
Mhm.
welfare organization, and it's just so amazing that they were able to help the dogs as well. Imagine, they breed 20 dogs. It's a Korean syndicate. They breed dogs, like, they started at 20 or 30, I think. The groups are already asked the NBI to investigate on it, but unfortunately, due to weak um law enforcement, they were set free. They were not given the right actions.
Okay.
So after a year, they were able to breed 300 dogs to abuse. It's
Well,
like they have three group of dogs. They have the breeders, the one they breed with, and the other one are fighters, the one they bid for in the dark web. And then they also have the bait, which they practice too, because the good quality dogs, the strong dogs, are the one who fights.
yeah.
And then they're baited with, it's, if you imagine it, and they do not just go there and fight. There's a reason why they fight. The reason that they fight is that they are starved until they go into aggression.
Yeah.
And if they will not go to aggression, they will be drugged, which will make them fight with each other, which is really sad, because I know they won't want that.
Exactly.
They're in pain, and the trauma is really heartbreaking for them, to the point that they think that all humans will hurt them. So when they got rescued, it was really hard for the group to make them feel that people are kind too. You know what they did? They were caged separately, right? The humans will rub their scent to the cages, so that they will feel like when they feed them, it's like they smelling the scent of humans, like, you will not be hurt again. That's their rehabilitation, and they are open for visitors, which is really um fun, because you get to interact with them. Imagine a traumatized dog who used to be aggressive and fight all the time, you will be able to walk it, and they are still the sweetest dogs in the world that I've met. I've visited them a few times already, and you get to walk them, and it's just so fun, because if you don't know their history, you won't even think or imagine
Well,
what have they been through.
yeah.
And it's just so sad that because of the weak law that we have, they've been developed. They were able to breed 300 dogs, even though if only they were stopped when they were starting like with 20 dogs only.
Exactly.
And I know it's not just happening here in the Philippines.
Yeah, because
It's
here
really
in
sad,
Montreal, where I live, we had a situation recently that because of the same reason, right? People like having like these dog fights and just events that are extremely dangerous for the animals, but also that are traumatizing, and it kind of changes their behavior, not because that's how they are, but because that's how they are forced to be. The city actually came with a law that they were going to ban pit bulls within the island of Montreal.
Oh my
It's an
gosh.
island with like approximately 1 million people who live here, and they said that after a certain date, all pit bulls were gonna be removed from the island completely. And people started manifesting like, oh my God, it was just insane. It was all across the media. And I thought that it really brought a lot of visibility to this type of issues, because when they are made to behave this way, when they are made to, they starve the animals, then they make them be aggressive. It's not the animal's fault, it's human
Yeah.
behavior. It's human behavior. So if
Actually,
anyone,
Pitbull is the most sweetest dogs.
yeah,
They are just so obedient
yeah,
that they do everything for their owner's sake or their master's sake.
true.
They are good with kids.
Mhm.
You just need to train them.
Yeah,
Because of course kids can be like a handful.
a lot.
So even dogs can be irritated. You just have to train. It's just so sad that there's stigma about them. But
Yeah,
for me, I just saw them like sweet, innocent dogs.
yeah, exactly.
So I just this just one thing that of one of my um advocacy that I'm focusing on right now.
I also feel like the way to go is educating people, because very often there's this stigma that, oh, a pit bull is aggressive. But because they hear the stories about the dog fights and they see the photos and the videos of like, the bleeding and all of that, the violence. Um, but it's really just within the cultural, it's like beliefs. It's kind of like a urban legend, the fact that these animals are aggressive, when in reality, once again, they are made to be this way. We don't think enough about the good things that dogs, but animals in general, do for us humans, right? They are so important when it comes to our society, to our ecosystems, for the sustainability of, the environment, even for humans. Like, we have animals who help people with disabilities, right?
Yes.
So why do we treat them this way when they are only here to coexist with us? We are the ones putting like
Yeah, that
all of these expectations on them, and then we are banning them and putting restrictions. It's just insane. Doesn't make
it's
sense.
like it's not their fault. They are living the way we are, making the environment for them. That environment makes them what they have become.
Exactly.
I mean, it's not their fault. It's not their fault. They're as innocent as a child, you
Exactly.
know.
All right, so now I actually have a few fun questions that I got from my Instagram stories. So
Oh,
this is coming from the audience.
go.
All right. So the first one says, pretty straight to the point, the Philippines has hundreds of beauty pageants every year. Why Binibining Pilipinas?
Well, as they say, once a binibini is always a binibini. It's the most prestigious pageant in the Philippines, and I know internationally a lot of people are watching us.
Exactly.
And it's something that is there for a long time, and I know they know how to look for a queen.
Yeah.
They are not organizing on a blind system. They know what they are doing, and there are a lot of queens who have become successful because of Binibining Pilipinas, and it's evidently,
Queens. Yeah.
yeah, it's evident all over the world. And this experience will help me develop a lot of things. And being in the Binibining Pilipinas is already something that I'm proud of. I can already put it on my resume. It's because it's known internationally. So
Exactly.
Binibining Pilipinas is still Binibining Pilipinas, as they say.
I agree with you 100%. And I feel like that's the only right answer. So next question. So what makes you unique amongst other candidates?
Well, what makes me unique is my relaxed personality.
Yeah.
I enjoy everything that enjoy every activities that I encounter. And because too much pressure on this pageant, it's a big pageant, so pressure is always normal.
Exactly.
And to being in too much pressure will cause you a lot of things, the memories, the enjoyment, and also it will be seen on stage, on the photos that would be released. So I'm unique because I know how to handle stress under pressure.
And you are the only Alexandra Rosales, so no one can take
Yes, of course.
Next question. Who will be your biggest contender this year? Who do you see, not necessarily as a threat, but who is a queen that you look up to and you say like, oh, she is like competition?
Oh, in our batch.
Yeah.
Hmm, who? Well, you know what? I don't really like look at them that way. Since it's been a year, I like see them as sisters, and we will. It's like it would be a graduation on July 11th, and whoever wins is deserving,
Oh,
because after all the sacrifices that we've been through for a year, and all of the stress and all of the doubts and everything that made us, want to back out, but
yeah.
still we're here smiling for everyone, and accepting all the bash. Every one of us is deserving, because we are still here fighting for. It's not an easy pageant to be in times of pandemic.
Girl, I love you. All right, so now is the very last segment of the interview. This is something that I came up with because, I feel like us as pageant bloggers and also like the fans overall, we really like to challenge the beauty queens, right? We put them on the spot, we throw questions at you, and we expect like smart answers, and we expect like, precise and so many things. But
Yes.
I told myself, sometimes you have to relax, just lay back and enjoy the moment, have fun. So I came up with a segment that is called Irrelevant Questions. You don't have to justify your answers too much. Just tell me whatever comes to your mind. And yeah, just be spontaneous with it, okay? It's only 3 questions.
All right.
All right. First question. Why is it more fun in the Philippines?
The people, of course. We are friendly. No doubt. I am proud to say that we are friendly, and we accept foreign guests. Like, we've known them for so long. We
Oh,
see them as, like, a celebrity, like, hi, we welcome them. That's just what's fun in the Philippines. We
oh,
are, despite of every challenges that we face, we always give smiles to other people,
oh,
especially from foreign people. So it's just, I know a lot of foreign people would had appreciated the hospitality that we give them.
I know that is true for a fact
Yeah.
about that, about the Philippines. So very good answer. Next question. Would you rather an apartment in Metro Manila or a house in the province?
House in the province. Of course, it's a province, girl. It's more
Hey.
relaxed there. Yeah. It's more relaxed there. The air is the air is, like, cleaner.
Clean air,
Eh,
sana all. You
yeah.
space.
Yeah. And it's really a simple life. It's like it's a more relaxed environment. Of course, in the city, it's a lot busier here in Manila.
Yeah.
So if you want to relax, and in the province, you have everything there also. It's just
Yeah.
more relaxed.
Exactly. Nothing wrong with a relaxed lifestyle. We love
Yes.
that. Last
Especially
question.
now.
Exactly. So, last question. What is a Filipino expression that everyone should know? Just one.
What do you mean? Sorry. Filipino expressions.
Something
L-
that you guys say like between like yourself, like inside jokes or something in Tagalog or any dialect that
Mm,
us foreigners are not aware of.
well, my favorite thing is like, Becky language, gay language, have gay languages here. It's just so fun, I have a lot, but my favorite is award.
Award.
Of course, yeah, we use it like, for example, in work when like commonly award is like a medal or something that is given to you, like, right? So with my friends in work especially, we use award. It's a gay language for us. If someone, for example, your boss like didn't like what you did, you're like, award. You were
Award.
yeah, it's a negative thing that given to you, like award. It's just something, it's so fun. I don't know, I can't explain it. It's just so funny when award ka, like you're awarded like that. But in commonly, award is a positive thing, right? It's just so
Like,
weird that we use it like, oh, award, you were scolded, award, like,
I'm the winner.
yeah.
Well, talking about gay slang, because on my Instagram it says reigning Mr. Charotero 20 2021. So right now, because you answered my irrelevant questions, I'm giving you the title of Miss Charotera 2021. So
I love that. I have a lot of gay friends because of my job and the pageant. And they're just so fun to be with.
fun people. And all right, now just this is pretty much the end of the interview. But before we go,
Oh.
so much fun, right? I don't want to leave.
Yeah.
Before I go, I wanted to give you a moment, just take like a few seconds for you to address the audience. What do you want the people to remember from you? And how can we support you as fans in your journey?
Oh, this is just so fun. So, it's about to end chat. Well, yeah, I hope you first of all, I would like to thank all of you for supporting me throughout my journey, especially after the swimsuit competition. I receive a lot of support and compliments throughout, and I hope you continue to support me. It has been a long journey for us, and the coronation night is, it's very near, and it's a very stressful days ahead for us queens, but the people who have supporting us gives us strength. So I thank you all for that, and I hope um after the coronation night, everyone will be as relaxed as before,
Yeah.
like my co-candidates, because it has been something that we are waiting for so long. And I hope you remember me, guys, as the girl that has been talking of pit bulls for a long time, This is something that I really want to fight for and to raise awareness, this animal cruelty, because honestly, it's not something that is has been talking about in pageantry. So I hope I get remembered for
Yeah.
that, and I want to help these dogs as well. And yes, thank you so much for supporting me all throughout, and all the girls. We
Oh,
really appreciated you guys.
of course. And on a personal level, Alex, before I let you go, I just wanted to tell you that you are a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful girl, physically speaking, but
Thank
have
you.
such a wonderful personality. You're a warm person, you're funny, you are witty, and I really appreciate that. So I wish you
Thank you,
really
Luis.
my
I hope we
pleasure.
can still chat on Instagram.
Yeah. You will see me like liking every single picture, like commenting, like
Yeah.
you are now my reigning Miss Charotera. Like, you think I'm gonna
Yeah.
leave you alone?
When someone is bashing me, you told me to help me.
I will come
I
with
will chat
the
you.
sleeper emoji.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Luis.
All right.
It's so fun, I didn't notice that it's been more than an hour we're talking.
Yeah, it goes by so quick, so fast.
Yeah.
But I wish you nothing but the best. I hope that you're able to get as far as you want to go in the competition. And I know for a fact, that the future is bright for you. So keep going.
Thank you
Don't doubt
so
yourself.
much.
You got this. Okay?
Take care. Thank you so
Thank you for
much.
doing this. Take care.